everyone, this is Sam Create the Heart, and today I'm here to share the projects that I made in my spring color and create from Lawland Crafts. So Lawland Crafts, I'm a big fan of them. I have subscribed to their monthly kit, and they have really great, product line. They have their own designs, but they also do very creative dyes. They are not cheap, but they are made in the US, which is probably why they're a little bit pricier. But they just really do a nice product, and I really am a fan of them. So the way the Color and Create works, in this case, I think it's 9 classes, but I did 8, and each class comes with a coloring class. So in theory, there's 18 classes. I think it was $108. It doesn't come with any product, but you do get a discount as well as an opportunity for free shipping. So, which is great because before, these classes would be very expensive. They were in the $350, $360 range. You did get some stamps with it, but generally speaking, everything was cut for you, which is why. But and so it's a trade-off, right? Because if it doesn't come pre-cut for you, it's going to be cheaper, but then you have to do all cutting and finding of the product, and that could be very time consuming. So it just really depends on what you want to do. I enjoy it because I have a lot of the products already. So I'm going to get into what we made. And I had a majority of these things. I did buy a couple of things from the new release product with the discount. Otherwise, I pretty much had, or I substituted for things. And these are no particular order at all. So this one actually used a stamp set that I didn't have. So I instead did my own. I pulled out some penguins. I think it was made using raccoons or skunks or something else, but I didn't have the exact stamp, so I wanted to use one that was similar, and so I did find one that was similar. And these ones were watercolored. So these images that we did for this class, it was watercolored, and this is from one of the they do a quarterly box as well. This is, I think, from the quarterly box, as they did this whole like amusement park kind of theme. And actually, I hadn't ever really used it, so it was a great way to use it. And so this is the card that we made, and then we also made a tag. So, and then I used the same exact stamp, but I cut the balloon off, and they're little watercolored penguins. So kind of like how that came out. And that's a little shaker tag, and I used my own tag die for it. And then we made this card. And so this one is, I think, a 5.5 by 5.5 card. And it uses a very creative product that they have, which is, they have these, like, I don't know if they're frames or, I wonder if I have it up here. Like, I can show you guys, because this is pretty cool. So this is their, like, forest one. This has, like, grass, and this is like a tree, and this is a moon. So, and they have it under the sea one. I think there's 3 of them total. But so this is a card, and we use this ladybug stamp, which I had, and then this was from their Wizard of Oz release, these poppies. So I use my Copics. And then here is this one. And so I substituted for the bees that I did have. And these were also watercolored. I'm trying to improve my watercoloring. And I used the Distress watercolor pencils. I really like them a lot, actually. Very easy to use that way. And I just used things I had already. I didn't really buy too much for this class. And then here's this one. I did not have the stamp for this, or the die for this card, but I just used a heart that I already had. And then I cut it so that it had the same look as that card. But I really like how it came out. So this was using a lot of ways to use acetate for dimension and just to make it look nice. So there's that. And then here's this card right here. And again, I did have the gnome. This was using, I did buy this. I didn't have this, and I've been wanting this, which is like this fairy house. And so with this, you know, we did, what do you call it? Watercoloring for this one too. And I used kind of some stuff I had, in this paper. I did have this paper already, but this is also La Land Crafts. And then the other side is inside. So slimline card. And then here's this card right here. So they updated their Retro Marcy, but I had the older Retro Marcy, so I just used her. And then I did not have the turntable, which is a brand new die from them, but I did have the jukebox, so I used that instead. So that's what I mean by kind of using what I had. I do need to put something in here. And then this card did not turn out the way that it was supposed to turn out. It just was not working for me, the design of that particular card. So instead, I took some of the pieces that were in that card and kind of did my own thing. First of all, the original card had the boy version of this, but I didn't have the boy version. I had the girl version. I used my Copics, and I actually really like how it came out. I think the coloring came out good. And I did have these airplanes. This one's on top of the acetate. This one's underneath on the acetate. We used a stencil for the clouds, which I just use a stencil that I already have. And this is kind of what I created instead. And I actually like how it came out. So there you go. And then I did not have the die for the POW. It's a smaller die that comes in a different die or whatever. I don't have it. So I just use my letters to do it. And this is one of the things I did buy, which is the comic book die and this superhero cat. I did buy that. And I like how it came out. It says, "Pow, you're super dad." And this was a really cute card. And this one, we did use watercolor for this one as well. And I really like how it came out. So this is very adorable. And this new product line with the superheroes is fabulous. They also have some really amazing papers that they've been doing that I think are very creative. So they have a whole paper pack, 6x6, that has these sort of scenes that are perfect for superheroes. And I'm sure they're perfect for other things too, but they're perfect for superheroes. And I'm loving it. So these are the things that I made, and I'm excited about that class. This was a lot of work. And I think I made 8. There was one card I did not make. It just didn't happen. I'm okay with it. So I did 8. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This is Sandy Create the Hearts.